Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. First of all, I pay my homage to the Blessed One, to the Perfect One and Supremely Enlightened One. And I pay my homage to our Bara Bhanteji, Most Venerable Acharya Kita Buddha Kita. And I pay my homage to Kasapa Bhante. And I pay homage, my humble salutation to most venerable monks here, present here. And I share my metta to Samneras and Anagarikas, Upasakas and Upasikas, those who are in person here and those who have joined in online. So once again, I welcome to all of you to this Sunday morning Dhamma program. As we know, we are having every Sunday morning Dhamma program, and one of the Bhantes are giving Dhamma to all of you and discussing about the Dhamma, what the Buddha taught us. So today also I want to share some words of the Buddha, and today I'm going to talk about the Tanha. Today I'm going to talk about Tanha. Tanha means craving. What is Tanha? What is craving? Where the Tanha comes from and how does it work? No? So every human beings have Tanha, craving. Because of craving, they are in the cycle of birth and death. No? So Tanha, the Buddha also described in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. In Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta also described the first sermon of the Buddha. There are 4 noble truths. First noble truths, noble truth of suffering and the cause of suffering and the cessation of suffering and the path leading to the cessation of suffering. So 4 noble truths we should know clearly. So 4 noble truths, they have the Buddha described as 4 noble truths as Tanha. The cause of suffering because of Tanha. So the cause of suffering as Tanha. And Tanha have 3 kinds of Tanha. That is Kama Tanha, Bhava Tanha and Vibhava Tanha. Kama Tanha means craving for sensual pleasure, and Bhava Tanha means craving for existence, craving for non-existence. So most of the human beings and animal beings are wanting this and wandering in this world because of this craving for sensual pleasure, craving for existence, craving for non-existence. No? So if you don't understand the cause of suffering, why did the Buddha say there is a cause of suffering? Of course there is a cause of suffering. There is because of craving, that's why there is a cause for the suffering. No? So cause of suffering, if you don't understand the cause of suffering, then and how to get rid of it, and you don't know how to overcome it, and all the factors of then, if you don't know how to get rid of it, then all the factors, the path is will be wrong, a wrong speech, wrong action, and the wrong practice of the Dhamma. No, it would be like, for example, it will be like wanting to travel a certain village, but you make a mistake and take the wrong route, no? But you find it very comfortable to travel on, so you continue walking in the wrong direction, but you're walking to the wrong direction. So that's why you are walking to the wrong direction. The Buddha said you should know the path clearly and choose the path which is right path and which is wrong path. So we should know clearly which is right path and which is wrong path. Then only we can choose the right path. So how does the Dhamma, the light of the Dhamma, gives us to choose the right path? And how does the Dhamma teach the proper way of life? It shows us how to live, and it shows us how to act and how to live in this world. So it has many ways has shown by the Buddha. So we should know that clearly, because most of the people are those who have born in this world. They have an craving, attachment, lobha, dosa, moha, greed, hatred, and delusion. So greed, hatred, and delusion is the main roots for craving. So greed, hatred, and delusion is there. Then there must be craving. So that's why the people are having attachment to their things. Those are worldly things. They are attachment to that things, and we are also. So most of the people are attachment and craving. No, so that's why this craving and attachment. Because of that, the problems are occur. Problems are occur because the people are clinging to conventions and what they suppose things to be, and they think that these things are mine, these things are ours. So that's why the problems are occur. If you look closely, in the absolute sense, however, you will see that things don't really exist. So whatever you have the things, and like your house, mother and father and sister, brothers and relatives, all the whole family, and money and things around of you that you're liking and disliking, all those things are simply conventions that we have invented, no? So that's why we don't need to cling that things, because that doesn't belong to us. If we see according to the light of the Dhamma, according to the Buddha's teaching, then we can understand these things don't really exist, and this doesn't belong to us. Even this body, even our body is not really ours. Then how does that things belongs to us? No. So that's why we should understand. And we just suppose things to be that this body is ours, this body is mine, and I am myself, this is mine, and this things is mine, this is my family, this is my house, this is my money. So if you are thinking like this, because we have lot of attachment to that things, that's why craving is arising, huh? It is like, for example, it is like a handful of sand. A handful of sand. If you agree that you call it salt, no? Handful of sand, but you call it salt. But what do you think? Would that make it salt? No. Yes, it may be. It would be salt, but in the name only, that is salt. But in the name only, and not in reality. Reality is not salt. That is totally still sand. No. So you even still wouldn't be able to cook with it, and with then because this, because no matter how you call it, it is still sand, no? So that's why, however you think, however you liking and disliking, and your money and your family and all the things around of you, however you think this is mine, these are mine, those are mine, then but it is still anicca, it is still impermanent, no? So that's why we should know clearly. But we don't understand this, these things are doesn't really belongs to us, and these things are don't really exist in the world. That is for only permanent, not that is impermanent totally. So because of we have ignorance. Ignorance is the main causes for the not knowing anything. Like ignorance is like not knowing the right or wrong, and not knowing the Four Noble Truths. And Buddha said, what is the cause for ignorance? Then what is the cause for ignorance? Buddha said, there is five hindrances. Five hindrances is the main cause for ignorance. What are the five hindrances? Five hindrances is mainly actually means pancha nivarana. Pancha nivarana, number one, kama chanda, vyapada, thinameda, uddhacha kukucha, and vichikicha. Five hindrances are there. So kama chanda is the sensual desire, vyapada is ill will, thinameda is sloth and torpor, and uddhacha kukucha, restlessness and remorse, and vichikicha is doubt. So kama chanda is the craving for sensual desire. Kama chanda is the craving for the sensual desire from the objects received through the five sense organs. What are the five sense organs? Eye, ear, nose, tongue, and the body. So with these five sense organs, we are craving for sensual desire. That is called kama chanda. And vyapada is mainly feelings, ill will, anger, hatred, and aversion. This is the vyapada. Thinameda is sloth and torpor. Sloth can be described as sloth is can be described as the state of dullness of the mind. And while the torpor is state of the heaviness and drowsiness of the mind and body, which can lead to sleepiness, that is sloth and torpor. And restlessness, uddhacha kukucha, restlessness and remorse. Restlessness is the excitement and agitation of the mind, that is restlessness. If we have restlessness, then we can't sleep nicely. We don't know how to sleep, and we can feel sleepy. So that's why this restlessness is the main cause for that. And remorse may arise in you due to unwholesome actions. Due to unwholesome action, this remorse can arise. One has done unwholesome action, and one who has not done the wholesome action. So this remorse, you feel remorse after doing the unwholesome activities, unwholesome action. So doubt is doubt normally about Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. You doubt about Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and you do not believe that there is a Buddha. You do not believe that there is Dhamma and Sangha. So if you doubt, then the craving and lobha, dosa, moha, and everything, the defilements arise. Defilements arise in you. So, and the spiritual practice of the Dhamma. So if you doubt in that, then you are not getting opportunity to go forward and practice the path of liberation. So the five hindrances has also its own causes. And what is the cause for the five hindrances? Buddha said there are three types misconduct. There are three types of misconduct. Number one is unskillful. That is unskillful qualities. That is by bodily, speech, and mind. So with these three types of misconduct, these are the main cause for the hindrances. If we are not restrained these three types of misconduct, then these hindrances will arise in you. So we should restrain our three types of misconduct. So, and these three types of misconducts are based on unwholesome roads. The unwholesome roads are lobha. Unwholesome roads are lobha, dosa, and moha. Lobha means greed, hatred, and delusion. So these three types of misconducts based on lobha, dosa, moha. We are greeding to the things, and we have so much of hatred and delusion. We don't know anything. We don't know which is right and wrong. So because of this three types, the we can't control our three types of misconduct. And also the three types of misconduct has its own causes. What is the cause for the three types of misconduct? The Buddha said, lack of sense restraint. Sense restraint. Sense means sense bases. There are 6 sense of bases: eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body and mind. So this is the 6 types of sense bases. We have to restrain these 6 types of sense. Then only we can control our sense, and there will be no cause for the misconduct. With no sense restraint, if there is no sense restraint, then the craving will arise in you. Craving will respond like raga, dosa, and moha. No, and sense objects are received through by the 6 sense doors, 6 sense bases. So, and these are creating the mental factors, mental hindrances, and mental moral behavior, and they are creating to the mental negative and consequences of the moral behavior, and which the Buddha also has named as the moral behavior as the monastic discipline and monastic discipline and spiritual practice, like monks are practicing, and you people also can practice these things. So these are the main cause for the three misconduct and these 6 sense restraints. And if there is a lack of sense restraint, has also their causes. And what is the cause for the lack of sense restraint? Buddha said lack of mindfulness. Mindfulness and full awareness. We should be mindful everywhere. We should be mindful every moment. That then only can restrain our sense. No, so mindfulness, actually you people know that, as we know, the mindfulness is the sati in Pali. So mindfulness can be described as awareness of the content of one's experience as it manifests from moment to moment and in the immediate present moment, without any reaction or without any judgment. So this is the mindfulness. we have to be sati everywhere, any time. Then only can restrain our sense. And the Buddha also considered mindfulness as an essential factor during one's spiritual journey towards liberation from suffering. So those who are practicing spirituality, then this mindfulness is main essential for that. Also, the Buddha described in Mahasatipatthana Sutta also four foundation of mindfulness: Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, and Dhammanupassana. Kayanupassana is mindfulness on body, mindfulness on feelings, mindfulness on mind, and mindfulness on the mind, objects, and phenomena. So these four kinds of foundation of mindfulness the Buddha has described in Mahasatipatthana. You can see there. So this is the mindfulness. And full awareness. Full awareness means a special kind of understanding accurately. This is full awareness. And or knowing, which can be described as complete and precise understanding the reality of the physical and all the physical and mental phenomena. So this is the full awareness. So full awareness, we should be full awareness everything. From all aspects of the phenomena, we should understand clearly. So this is full awareness. And how do we take this full awareness? It can arise by awareness. Occasionally it appears on us if we practice nicely, if we practice how people are practiced and how you are practiced. So we should practice very smoothly, and then it can arise very clearly in you. So the full mindfulness and full awareness has also its own causes. So what is the cause for the full mindfulness and for the lack of mindfulness and full awareness? Buddha said there has inappropriate attention. Inappropriate attention means unwise attention. There are two types of appropriate attention: yoniso manasikara and ayoniso manasikara. Yoniso manasikara is wise attention. Ayoniso manasikara means unwise attention. That is inappropriate attention and appropriate attention. So likewise, you people are here and listening Dhamma talk. So if you are giving attention to the listening of Dhamma, then you can get a lot of benefit from the Dhamma. So like if you're not interested in Dhamma, if you're not interested and you're just roaming here and there and just sing here and there and not interested and not giving focus to Dhamma, so this is the lack of inappropriate yoniso manasikara. So ayoniso here is the ayoniso manasikara is the lack of thinking in terms of causal relationships, such as consequences of one's thoughts and action. So this is ayoniso manasikara, and the lack of exploration of the condition of nature of the phenomena. So this is the ayoniso manasikara. And yoniso, and how does it work? Ayoniso manasikara is like one will see impermanent as permanent, unsatisfactory is satisfactory, not self is self, and there is suffering, but the ayoniso manasikara is saying there is no suffering. So yoniso manasikara, one will see the there is impermanent as impermanent, there is satisfactory as satisfactory, and there is not self as not self. But Ayoniso is opposite. Ayoniso is there is not self, but saying self. This is myself. No, this is I am. This is mine. But Ayoniso and Yoniso Manasikara is this is not self. This is the law of cause and effect. So Yoniso Manasikara is think like this. And so the inappropriate attention has also its own cause. So what is the cause for the inappropriate attention? There, the Buddha said, there has lack of faith, faithfulness, saddha. Saddha is the main cause for the lack of inappropriate attention. So now you people have saddha. Saddha, that's why you came here and to listen to Dhamma and undertake the Panchasila. So there are two types of saddha. Number one, amolika, not molika, amolika and akaravati. Amolika means blindly, irrational, baseless and rootless faith. That means there is not root of faith, there is rootless of faith. That is amolika. And akaravati means confidence based on reason and experience. So this is the two types of saddha. So you have good faith in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. That's why you came here and for listening of Dhamma. Also there is the case what the Buddha did not encourage to his disciple to blindly follow him or his teachings. Buddha also himself not encourage his disciple to blindly follow him or his teachings, but encourage them to question and explore and investigate them in order to develop sati, samadhi and panya and confidence in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and confidence in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha through experiential and verification. So Buddha also encouraged them like this. So you also have faith. So you also have faith, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Then you are understanding clearly what is the meaning of Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and you are not doubt in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. And it is not faith in their personalities, but in their immense qualities. Buddha have immense qualities. That's why they have faith in Buddha. And they are part of liberation. Buddha always showing the part of liberation. So that's why they have faith in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So we should also faith in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So the lack of faith is the more important. So lack of faith has also own causes. And what is the cause for the lack of faith? Buddha said, listening to the wrong teaching. Now we are listening to the right teaching, not in the wrong teaching. So you people have faith in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. That's why you came here and listening the Dhamma and listening to the right teaching, not for the wrong teaching. So those who are listening to the wrong teaching, then they are not going forward to the liberation. Those who are listening to the right teaching, so I will explain. Listening to the wrong teaching will lead to lack of faith in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Mainly Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, as well as in the path of liberation. No? So it will also lead one to engage in unwholesome activities, not engage in wholesome activities. So listening to the wrong teaching will lead you like this. It will lead us to engage in unwholesome activities, not engage in wholesome activities. That is skillful and unskillful. So skillfully we should engage the skillful qualities. And as only the true teaching of Lord Buddha has described the significance of morality and the negative consequences of immoral behavior. And this is the quality of the Buddhas, and we should follow, and we are following on that on his path, no? And this listening to the wrong teaching has also their own cause. What is the cause for the listening to the wrong teaching? We are listening to the wrong teaching. Why? What is the cause for listening to the wrong teaching? There is a cause. Buddha said, those are associating with bad people. In the Mahamanga Sutta also, Buddha said, asevana cha baranang pandita cha sevana, right? So this associating with bad people and associating with good people, and this is the great blessings in life. So likewise, we should, when one is associated with bad people, one will hear only the wrong teaching, no? He will not hear the right part. He will not hear the right teaching, only wrong teaching. And he himself going forward to the unwholesome activities, he himself going forward to the sufferings, and he is encouraged to others also to do the same thing that he is doing. So that's why we should not engage with bad people. We should not associate with bad people. The Buddha has already told very clearly in the Mahamangala Sutta. So likewise, in the same way, I also wanting to tell you that in the same way, dear upasakas and upasikas, when associating with bad people is fulfilled by not associating with bad people and associating with good people, then listening to the wrong teaching is fulfilled. When the listening to the wrong teaching is fulfilled, then the lack of faith is fulfilled. The lack of faith is fulfilled. When the lack of faith is fulfilled, then inappropriate attention is fulfilled. Then when the inappropriate attention is fulfilled, then the lack of mindfulness and full awareness is fulfilled. When the lack of mindfulness and full awareness is fulfilled, then the three kinds of sense misconduct is fulfilled. When the three kinds of sense misconduct is fulfilled, then sense restraint is fulfilled. When sense restraint is fulfilled, then your 5 hindrances are fulfilled. When 5 hindrances are fulfilled, then your ignorance are fulfilled. When ignorance are fulfilled by listening to the right teaching and practicing to the right path, then ignorance are already gone away from you and it is fulfilled. And when the ignorance is fulfilled, then your craving for existence is fulfilled. Craving for existence is fulfilled, and non-craving for existence is also fulfilled. So likewise, for example, let me tell you the example. It is like when heavy rains pour down on the mountain tops, the water flowing to the small valleys and streams, no? Then will fills the small valleys and then streams. When the small valleys and streams are full, then they will fill the ponds. When the ponds are full, I mean water. When the ponds are full, then they will fill the lakes. When the lakes also full, then little river are they fill there. And when the little river full, then the big river are full. When the big river are full, then they will fill the great ocean. So this is why, that is how the great ocean are full. And this is a cause for the great ocean. So likewise, if you are associating with bad people and good people, we have to understand who are the good people and who are the bad people, and we have to associate with good people. And when you associate with good people, then your good qualities, then your skillful qualities are fulfilled, not unskillful qualities. So likewise we should understand, and just then your lobha, dosa, moha and tanha is, lobha is uprooted, and dosa also uprooted, and moha also uprooted, and your craving for existence, tanha, is also uprooted. No? So this is how it is fulfilled. So I hope you understand this tanha, how where the tanha comes from and how to overcome it. I already explained so many things. Tanha means craving for sense of pleasure, craving for existence, craving for non-existence. So this is the main three things that we are craving. Craving for sense of pleasure. If you have craving for sense of pleasure in this world, then you engage in sense of pleasure. Then also, if you are not satisfied with sense of pleasure, then you will be craving for existence. This existence and non-existence, bhava tanha and vibhava tanha. Bhava also you will be craving, bhava and vibhava also. So craving is the main cause for the samsara. Then you will not get out of this samsara, and you will be in only the cycle of birth and death. You will be rising and passing, rising and passing. You will be born in this world, again you will die. You will be born in this world and again you will die. So rising and passing away. So if we practice how the Buddha have shown us the path to the liberation, if we practice in his way what the Buddha has shown, then you will be free from the cycle of birth and death. If the cycle of birth and death means sufferings, birth is itself is suffering, then how can survive and how can live in this world without suffering? There is full of suffering. If we understand, if we sin according to the light of the Dhamma, then there is full of suffering. So without suffering, the world doesn't exist also like this. So dear Upasaka and Upasikas, please try to understand and practice in a right path and choose the right direction and choose the right path and practice correctly, understand correctly, and finally you will become the freed from the samsara and the bliss of nibbana also. So may all of you be well and happy. May all of you be able to achieve the goal of nibbana. May you be able to achieve the path of liberation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.